Hi, my name is Carlos. I'm an intern here at the U of Memphis Extension, and today I'm going to be showing you an Italian classic, chicken piccata. Now, for this, I'm going to be using a boneless, and we're going to make it skinless, chicken breast, quite a few different seasonings, and you also need some butter, some lemon, some flour, some capers, and some broth. You can use any kind of broth. I'm using beef broth because that's what I have here in my kitchen, but if you would like, you can use chicken broth. It doesn't matter. And you're going to need a wide pan as well to cook it on. So let's get started. To begin, I'm going to take the skin off my chicken breast. You can go ahead and buy boneless, skinless chicken breast if you like, but I have these fryers. So we're just going to open up our pack. Now, keep in mind, we are going to be working with raw meat here. So you're going to have to make sure you wash your hands thoroughly in between steps. So, if you can see right here, this is the skin. This is what the part we want to take off. And it seems like this one still has some bones in it as well. So, we're first going to start by taking the skin off. So we're going to find a corner like this. We're gonna have our knife and then just make a small incision right there under the skin. Now, if done correctly, you can just peel the skin right off. Just like that. And also, this one has bone in it, so we're going to cut our bone out. So right beside the bone, we're going to cut right there and use our knife to work right under the breast. So we're going to insert our knife right beside the bone, start slicing down a little bit. Keep your knife against the side of that bone the entire time so you can keep as much chicken intact as possible. Go slow. You do not want to cut yourself or cut into the bone. So as you can see, I have a deep incision right there. I have my bone right here on my right. I have my meat right here on the left. And we're just gonna keep on cutting. We have our chicken breast right there, nicely cut, and then we have our bone right here. Now you can keep these bones and make a stock out of them. I highly recommend doing that. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish fabricating the rest of these, and then we'll be right back. All right, so now that we have our chicken all cut up, looking beautiful, now it's time to make the flour. So we're going to do a seasoned flour for this, so we ensure that not only is the chicken well seasoned, but also the sauce that we make around the chicken is well seasoned. So first we're going to begin with our flour. All the exact measurements will be in the description. And then we are going to add our salt. It's going to be roughly about 2 to 4 teaspoons of salt. It depends on how salty you like it. Alright, so next we're going to add in our pepper. Do about 2 teaspoons of that. And then we're going to add in our onion. Now you can use onion powder or you can use minced onion, which that's what I'm using right here. If you use minced onion, it's going to be roughly 2 teaspoons. But if you use onion powder, it's going to be much less, about a teaspoon. And then we're gonna do about 2 teaspoons of our our Italian seasoning. Now, once you have that, we're going to mix it all up to combine, and then we're going to add our chicken into it. Be right back. Alright, so now we have our chicken nicely coated. And remember, whenever you're working with raw proteins, always wash your hands between steps. Very, very important. We do not want anyone to get sick from consuming uncooked products. Okay? So now that we have this ready, we're going to head over to the stove and we're going to lightly saute these in a little bit of butter and olive oil. Come with me. So we're going to begin by having our pan on medium heat and adding about 3 tablespoons of butter. I had this garlic infused butter that I was using, but just regular butter works too. Alongside that, you're going to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. The olive oil is going to help prevent the butter from burning. Once your olive oil and butter is completely melted and bubbling, it's time to add your chicken. Make sure when you're adding your chicken to your pan, lay it away from you so that the oil does not splash back onto you. Do not overcrowd your pan either. My pan can hold about 4. Let these cook for about 5 to 6 minutes on this side until the other side is golden brown. When you flip them away from you to make sure the oil does not splash on you. Once you have lightly fried all of your chicken, remove it from the pan. What is left behind is called fond. That is flavor, and it will help flavor our sauce. We will start building our sauce by first turning off our pan and then adding in about 2 tablespoons worth of garlic. I'm using the squeezed garlic. Be careful, for this fat is still hot. Using a whisk, go ahead and scrape up the fond from the bottom of the pan while mixing the garlic throughout the oil. Make sure the heat is still off or your garlic will burn. Next, we are going to add in a broth. I added about 1.5 cups worth of broth. Slowly add it and whisk as you're adding it so that you can dissolve all of that fond into the flavorful broth. At this point, go ahead and turn your heat back on to medium. Once you have whisked in your broth, now it's time to add the chicken back into it. Now, It's okay if the chicken touch here because the coating on the outside of the chicken is actually what's going to thicken our broth and turn this into a beautiful, beautiful sauce. Alright, so now that you have temped your chicken and it's 165 degrees, now it's time to add in the lemon juice. So as you can also see, the sauce is nice and thick now. Now we're going to add in about 2 tablespoons worth of lemon juice. Once all the lemon juice has been whisked in, make sure all the chicken is coated in the new sauce, and then serve your chicken piccata over your favorite starch. Do enjoy.